Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas for UFC 194 alongside Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger, who meets Tecia Torres this Saturday on the Fox Sports 1 prelims. And 2 weeks ago this time, you weren't even in the UFC. What was your reaction when you were not only going to be fighting in the UFC, but arguably the greatest card of all time?
I started crying. Sean called me, himself. John Crouch was flying, to Korea to corner Ben, so he couldn't get a hold of him. And he called and he said, "You want this?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Welcome to the UFC." And I was driving, I had to pull over and just started crying.
When you found out that Michelle Waterson had pulled out, knee injury and all, did you think there was a chance? You just won the RFA belt. You're on this great winning streak. Did you think in the back of your mind, maybe I should campaign for this? What was going through your mind?
Yep. Ed actually sent me a text Monday night, and he said, "Michelle Waterson's out. I'm going to text Sean right now." And then my manager was all over it, and, I kind of blew up Twitter a little bit, and people retweeted it, and here I am.
Why the tears? Where does that come from?
I had a gut feeling after my performance against Zoila. I knew if somebody got hurt, because UFC has a handful of women fights lined up, that they could call me. The tears is just of happiness, of hard work, and this is where I want to be. And I want to win in the UFC.
Back your mind though, you're kind of thinking like, man, I wish I had a month to prepare, 2 months. Like, is 2 weeks enough?
2 weeks is plenty. I was back to training, 2 days after. When after the Zoila fight, like I said, I just had a gut feeling, and 2 weeks is plenty of time.
How do you feel about all of this? Crazy media day. I don't know if you saw the 189 weigh-ins, but there's a chance that more people will attend that weigh-in, with all due respect to RFA, than that last fight. It's going to be insanity. How do you think you're going to react to all of that?
Scott Holzman gave me some good advice that when you walk on the stage, one, don't trip, and two, look around and just take it all in. At the same time, be laser focused and just enjoy the moment. So it's going to be insane, yeah.
And are you the kind of fighter that gets a little nervous on fight day in the locker room in the hours before the fight, or do you kind of rise to the occasion?
I rise to the occasion. I'm happy. I'm always smiling. John Crouch keeps it, very funny back there, and we have a good time. But still, at the same time, this is my job, and in order to perform well at my job, I have to be winning. So.
You mentioned Crouch, Holtzman, Benson Henderson, a longtime teammate of yours at the lab, was talking you up on my show this week, and I'm wondering, he's been in this spot many times before. He's been the champion. Did he say anything to you about being on this big stage?
Yeah, Efren Escondero, all of them, everybody has been texting me, checking in on me, and making sure that, I'm enjoying it, but, I'm here to work, and they've all been awesome, just giving me support and some advice.
How do you feel about Tecia Torres? I think there was a lot of hype surrounding her going into The Ultimate Fighter, but for whatever reason, her couple performances in the UFC haven't really inspired anyone. What are your thoughts on her?
I have to agree with you. I'm going to go in there and do me. There's no game plan or anything. She's known for a stand-up. I hope she meets me in the middle and we just stand and bang. I said that my last fight. People kind of laughed at me saying I can't stand with Zoila, but I proved it. I don't mind going to the ground with her. But I'm going to go in there, push the pace, make her go backwards, and, let my hands do the work.
The last fight against Angela Hill, it wasn't. I think there was high expectations. It didn't live up to that. Are you concerned about getting into sort of a grinding 15-minute fight that everyone's just sort of saying, like, on to the next one?
Yeah, I don't want that. Being right before Uriah Faber. I mean, I want to put on a good show, and I hope she feels the same. I don't want, the last fight against Angela Hill, I don't think Angela Hill really knew how to get up. She was kind of just laying there. But their cardio didn't look good. But it was in Mexico, so nobody's did. But I hope she wants to put on a good show, because us being the only girls on the card, who knows? We can go home with a bonus before Christmas.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
What a story that would be. Going from, I think you find out around Thanksgiving, right? And then, to be on a card like this, it's a great story. Very happy for you. Good luck in the fight. Really looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.